Welcome to Your Daily Scrum. I'm professional Scrum trainer Ryan Ripley. That baby-faced gentleman is mustache Todd Miller.
And no more mustache. Painted on.
Little DJ there. No. Todd, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, so this is the show all about helping you getting a little better at Scrum. We're going to answer your questions that you're going to leave in the comments below after you like and subscribe somewhere on this page, right? So once you do that, leave a comment, leave your questions. We answer them each day, trying to help you do Scrum a little bit better. Todd and I were the authors of Fixing Your Scrum, Practical Solutions to Common Scrum Problems. We teach professional Scrum and Kanban courses through Agile for Humans, the premier training company.
I feel like in the back I should be going premier.
Check out the description below to find out how to join Todd and I in a class. But we hope today we're able to help you do Scrum just a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, today's question, I love this question.
Yeah.
Which metrics do we use during a sprint? We're definitely data-driven folks.
Mm-hmm.
Todd and I are definitely big fans of data. I've got one in mind in particular that I like, but Todd, which are the metrics that you really get concerned about during a sprint?
So I think that we're on board with what we should be concerned with for a sprint. But before we get into that metric, which is work item age, right? That's what yeah. I think that what we should do is we should really, and we talked about this a little bit on our live episode, right? Because somebody asked this question and we feel so passionate about it that we want to address it here again. Though we want to make sure that we're talking about there's really two different categories of metrics by the way we see it. We see delivery metrics that help us understand how we're delivering and further enabling our delivery. Right. And then there's value-based metrics, right, which are customer-centric, which are direct, right? These metrics like customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, our features being used and things like that. I think when we're talking about metrics we use during a sprint, we're talking about really metrics that help enable developers, right? Help them enable developers to make decisions with where they are in regards to a sprint goal. Is that fair, Ryan? Is that when we're saying which metrics do we use during a sprint? Yeah. We're basically saying what metrics could we use to know if where we are at in relation to progress towards a sprint goal? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that's a good distinction. And then if people are really concerned about, well, what are the value metrics? EBM, yeah. We're doing, if you're a product owner, evidence-based management is your best friend for value and unrealized value. What we're talking about is Todd framed up the delivery side of things. Yes. Time to market, ability to innovate, those kind of things. And for us, I think we both agree, item aging is it's the killer metric for a sprint.
Yeah. Work item age it's a game-changing metric for a sprint. And we say that we're also, if you're technical folks, right, we obviously, we love automation. And so we're assuming that if you're doing that kind of thing, that is also included here. But when we're talking about looking at the sprint, we're talking about work item age and understanding how items that you have that are in progress are aging.
Yeah. And so this metric comes up all over your sprint. The daily scrum, you could pretty much just have a daily scrum all about work item aging and have a great event all around how do we, well, I'll give an example, right? So I don't know how this is going to show up for everybody. Hopefully this makes sense. I swiped this from Yuval Urit. Let me move the question so that people can actually see the image. Now, this is a fun way of looking at work item age, right? You've got the banana peel, and once that peel is rotten, the work has been sitting in dev way too long. Like, it's really trying to make a point here. But what we're really looking at is where are the things in our flow that are stuck, right? This has been in dev for 5 days. Our average is 3. What's happening? Why? How do we? And so in the daily scrum, what you can do is say, how do we swarm this? How do we work together? How do we get this unstuck and moved along? Right. I love this metric. It makes it about the work. It makes the discussions about progress and achieving a sprint goal. And it's something that is easy to measure. It's low fidelity. It doesn't, a banana peel can tell you when things have gone on too long, right? It's a very easy way to know very visibly and clearly when we're stuck. And it gives us a chance to address that sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And, to read exactly from the Kanban guide, right? kanbanguides.org, right? Check it out. work item age, the amount of elapsed time between when a work item has started and the current time, right? Yep. That's the explicit definition of it. I like the banana peel reference, right? What's stuck, what's aging, what's taking long. And we could do other things. You could add in a service level expectation, turn this thing up on steroids. But Ryan and I have found just checking this out and looking at work item age, it's game changing. Right?
It drives so many questions. And then when something looks blocked, now it creates a lot of teaching opportunities, right? If something is blocked and the item age, the work item age is just skyrocketing, some teams are very reluctant to swarm and fix that. Mm-hmm. So now we can talk about pair programming, mob programming, swarming, removing impediments as a Scrum team. It's not just a Scrum Master's job. It just opens up a lot of opportunity to talk, but it also, like how many times, Todd, have we seen where the work item age of one item is skyrocketing because it's stuck? They pull in new work.
Yeah.
And now they've got, which is a huge mistake.
Lot. You got a parking lot now.
Yeah. A blocked column and it's such a huge mistake to start less valuable work instead of unblocking the valuable work. And so it just creates the opportunity for so many good conversations, processes improvements, and all sorts of great things. That is our killer metric, I would say, for the sprint.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Great question. Again, that came from the comments that a lot of you have left. So be sure to like and subscribe to the show. Leave us a comment below. Shoot your questions in there. Todd keeps a very close eye on the YouTube chat. I pop in there every once in a while and leave a snarky response or a thumbs up somewhere. But Todd's watching the questions and does a nice job of making sure your questions get represented on the show. So leave those below. Check out the socials, watch the videos, check out our book, join us in a class. All those things are available in the description. For Todd Miller, though, I'm Ryan Ripley. We want you to have a great day today. Go forward, do good scrummy things, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you.